Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Token Games Podcast. I'm your host and sometimes referee, Zach Pearson, and today I'm joined by an officer who needs no name because it wouldn't be able to fit on his badge based on how many adjective titles I've given him over the course of this podcast. A one-ish 9001.
My God, you actually called me by my screen name. Hey,
And
how
it'll
you
never
doing?
happen again. I'm
Probably
also
not.
joined by a loyalist of the Saiyan race. The only man to stand by a man to lose every important fight. A one, Dre Mayfield.
Long live the Prince of all Saiyans.
Until he dies and no one feels like using the Dragon Balls on him. Alright, our first topic. YouTube's increased alienation of small channels. If you're not sure what that means or what's going on, it's fairly simple. Not too long ago, even I told you about it. YouTube sent out a massive, giant email to pretty much everybody who has anything resembling a director account. It may have been for everyone, but I'm pretty sure it's people who have creator accounts. Basically, what they said was they widened the gap between getting any type of sponsorship, support, and ad stuff from YouTube's vast affiliate network. So normally it was, I think they said you had to get about 10,000 and you got X amount of money, or you could have the option to do stuff with certain types of people. I don't know what the exact widening was to, but from what I've been trying to find, or if anybody can Google stuff and find stuff out about YouTube making it harder to get in, I think it went up to something about an estimated 35,000 subscribers, which is really, really fucking huge. Now, my question to you guys is, do you think YouTube is doing this because they're trying to take back any type of control over their algorithms and automated systems to try to, manage people? Or do you think they did this because they don't want to have to go through verification and filter processes as much if they widen how hard or make it harder for them to get any type of sponsorship deals in relation to their subscriber count? Or you think something else is going on? I don't know, 9/11 inside job type shit. Mr. Mayfield. If you need me to rephrase the question, there's no harm in it.
No, I think I got the gist of the whole question. Something tells me YouTube is doing something like the third option. And the only reason I'm saying it like that is because as more people try to, try to get themselves involved with the whole, join YouTube to try to make an extra income, at the same time, these same people that have these small channels and it seems like it's going nowhere, or if it was going somewhere at one point in time, these are back off and go to like someone like Patreon and try that way, or they do something else like Twitch. So if it seems like YouTube is seeing that and they see that kind of pattern, they're probably going to try to blueprint some other like sinister plan or something like that to try to make more people be more involved with YouTube rather than Twitch or Patreon combined.
That's a very interesting answer. Wasn't expecting that. All right, officer, what about you?
Well, by reducing by increasing the threshold by which you're allowed to get like revenue and all that stuff, they're basically saying, hey, all you small channels, yeah, we don't care about you.
So what you're saying is YouTube has become a 1%er.
Partially, yeah. People who give them big ad revenue, yeah, they're definitely gonna keep them around and give them all the whole special treatment thing. Unless, of course, some big controversy happens that brings very bad press to YouTube, like that Logan Paul asshole.
Oh, man. I got a story about him y'all might like, but I'll save it for later.
But yeah, I think YouTube now, they might be just catering to those they believe can get them the most money, and that these smaller channels are not really worth it for them anymore.
Damn. Drawing a line in this hypothetical sand. Well, as far as me, I believe it's because YouTube doesn't want to hire more people. Because as we all know, big ass companies love big ass tax cuts. And I feel like they're doing this shit because if they had too many people or the amount of people was getting out of control that could possibly get ad deals and whatnot, which has to be somewhat filtered, I think, by a human after one point, because they noticed that the algorithm was a little bit too dumb. Remember that guy that typed in a title of his video, guns, 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 and it was his family at a picnic, and he got demonetized? So,
But
yeah, that actually
I don't know
happened.
about that one. No.
Yeah, he was basically showing how fucking stupid their algorithm is because they tried to automate the demonetization system.
that is
Yeah,
stupid.
yeah. And, a human
Mm,
being has to go in and review it. So my guess is they're not looking to hire more people or they don't fucking want to. Remember, they answer to almighty Google, the original cheap bastard. This is a company that spent decades, or, well, pretty much most of its lifespan, underpaying all of its women in equal positions. But, the wage gap is a fantasy. Anyways, well, the wage gap is a complicated issue, but as far as working wage gap, in the case of Google, I'll say this: they know it's fucking not balanced out. You gonna do the same job as me? Get the same pay as me. The only people who really can give an excuse to not follow that is Hollywood, or rather, the entertainment industry. That's how I feel about
oh,
it.
and
What's
there's
up?
one more thing. I think there's also there's another factor that might be into it.
Such
The
as,
whole sponsorship. Well, the whole sponsorship selection.
mm-hmm.
Because if you really think about it, any YouTube channel that sees any sponsor, trying to get them to sponsor their stuff onto their
Sponsorship.
channel,
Sponsorship is the word.
well, the sponsorship, yeah, sponsorship. Well, that becomes a little bit selective as well, because if it seems like the YouTuber looks at this sponsorship and they don't approve of it, it's like, oh, so you don't approve of it, but YouTube wants it to happen? Okay, fine. We'll just do something about your channel then. That might be another factor, the sponsorship problem, but that might be irrelevant.
Huh. Okay, moving on to topic 2. What is Nintendo making? We now have confirmation that Nintendo has sent to third-party sources to outsource the creation of outsource the creation or theoretical creation of new accessories for the Nintendo Switch. What would you make for Nintendo as an accessory? Remember, it specifically has to be Switch related. Mr. Mayfield.
I'm not even sure if one can be made for the Switch. In my opinion, I mean, what more can you add on to something that's nearly perfect?
Another screen.
Hmm.
You mean make it seem like the DS or the DS XL?
Yeah.
No. In this case, it would be the DS XXL.
Ugh. You just had to make
That's
that
right.
pun.
I forgot about that one. That's right. I forgot about that one. Another screen. But then you can connect the Switch to your TV.
You can also connect a Switch to another Switch. Not to mention, they already filed a patent on that. A secondary screen that can be affected by the Switch.
Oh, so maybe that is something they'll be doing.
Uh-huh. I think it might be a menu controller, because that was what a lot of people were experimenting with. You know, back when we started linking up cell phones and tablets with video game consoles, no one truly did it for anything other than a second screen or as extra buttons for a PlayStation controller or an Xbox controller. So my whole thing is, well, since Dre didn't really say much, my whole thing is, what if they're trying to come up with a new screen that allows you, or a new system where like something stays in the dock, but you can also take the Switch out, so that way you can have dual screens. So you got a Switch in the dock, but that thing is synced up to the Switch in your hands. And now you can have the menu system on the screen like the Wii U and have the game on the television. Because, well, first off, that was one of the only true problems with the Switch, other than the fact that they should really upgrade the RAM, which apparently they're already doing. So yeah, they're pretty much on point with their shit. There's no reason to not allow us to use the second screen. We got two screens. Why are we fucking around? So if they make some type of adapter or secondary version of the Switch that can do more shit, more power to you, Nintendo. And that's what I want to see. I want the Switch to truly be the upgrade of the Wii U. Make it do everything the Wii U can do, but better. Because right now, that's one of the cool things about the Wii U. Dude, I used to be able to press one button, go to TV. Or play on TV, now my menu's on my gamepad. Why fix what wasn't broke, Nintendo? Why fix what wasn't broke? And anytime Nintendo normally fixes what's broken in a game, it's a disaster. Star Fox Zero. Oh my god.
That was a steaming pile of shit.
The cutscenes can get you killed. How do you fuck up cutscenes? The cutscenes can get you killed. People think I'm joking when I say that shit till I show them. Oh, well, it's not their fault you can't do a quick time event. Or they say, oh, well, they should have better synced up the loading and the lag from the button press. I'm like, no. Cutscenes try to transition into you being in control of the ship, but you start taking damage before you can even see yourself on screen. The fuck?
Yeah, that's just bull crap.
Nah, frog shit. Fucking hate Slippy.
I think everybody in the whole entire gaming universe hates Slippy.
Nope. There is one man who doesn't. It's also the same man responsible for this game sucking. And that man is Shigeru Miyamoto. He did not find out people hated Slippy until I think 2008 or 9, he said.
Talk about disconnected.
It's Japan. I keep telling people, I don't care what you think about video game industry and how they, listen to the fans and shit. No, all of that is new. And some of them don't even like listen to the fans because they feel like a fan will do nothing but, undermine their creativity and bullshit like that. No. A lot of these developers don't have any interaction with us, and sometimes they just see us on YouTube. That's it. That is it.
Yeah, they see you on YouTube and then go, oh, they have a game. Quick, DMCA.
No, that's just Persona.
No, it was Nintendo too.
Yeah, for a long time. A very long time. And then they tried to monetize it, but the problem was that you would be making 36 cents for every dollar. Like, what the fuck?
Nope.
All right, officer, what would you like to see Nintendo hypothetically produce for the Switch? That isn't a game. Just want to clarify.
Yeah, I got that much. To be honest, I never really cared much about console accessories. So it's like, okay, whatever.
Motherfucker.
I mean, it's I do admit though that a second screen, that'd be nice, as well as the dock that increases the RAM. That both of those are, they give the console more capabilities that it didn't have already.
Yeah, imagine actually playing a Nintendo Switch game in 1080.
I know, right?
Do you know how rare that is?
I'm just used to seeing all these console add-ons that are just garbage. And it's
Such
funny,
as
everyone was making jokes about how, how they're gonna upgrade the Switch. They give it a bunch of little cardboard box. How stupid. And now, I suppose,
they're making it rain.
yeah, how much it'll rain though, we'll see in due time.
I mean,
But as for stupid
little kids
console
gonna be all up on
add-ons,
that shit.
Both Microsoft and Sony's attempts to do freaking motion controls.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it might have taken way too long for the Wii to give what was promised with the whole one-for-one motion controls, but they eventually delivered. And they did the whole motion control thing hell of a lot better than the others. But you know, actually, now that I think about it, what about if they take the Switch
Mm-hmm.
and do some like VR related stuff with it?
Well, it was in their patent, but it was one of those things that no one saw them do anything with. But I kind of think that's what that second screen could also be used for. If you remember, like, I think way back, like February of last year, or no, February of 2016, when they showed off the patents and stuff that Nintendo was filing, one of them was basically a head visor, but a small rectangle went into the head visor, and the person who had the controller in the hand could play a game. If you stop and think about it, that could have been the Switch, or it still could be. It just goes in. Yeah, that would be so fucking cool. And I would get ones that look like Cyclops, because I feel like I'm not gonna buy a VR headset until I can get a custom version that looks like Cyclops' fucking I-beam goggles.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool. Then they got to make sure to release some like Sword Art Online game or something. Make the god awful joke.
If there ever was a game that had so much potential but sucked so much ass, or really a franchise with so much potential to suck so much ass, it was fucking Sword Art Online.
Yeah.
I love that series in the beginning. I was just like everybody else, this is a good
It was
show.
good for like 12
yeah.
episodes.
Yeah, it's not good because it's got such and such favorite voice actor and all the girls won't shut the fuck up about it. No, it was good because it was good. No one ever accused Cowboy Bebop of being good because it's seeing girls. No, it was good because it was good.
Oh yeah, I heard about Sword Art, but only saw like a few episodes.
I keep being told that they have a movie.
I'm like,
the game is garbage. They only got one good game and it just came out like maybe a month and a half ago.
No, wasn't that the one that had that silly? Oh
Gun
hey,
Online. It's called Gun Gale
you're
Online
gonna
or something like that.
if we get enough pre-orders, we'll give you all these special bonuses.
No, it was the one after that.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, they have the potential to do some VR shit. They really do. And here's the thing, though: the reason Sony's doing so well is because they nerfed their VR. But that's what has also been good about the video game industry. When we nerfed the games and set predetermined limits and shit, it's easier for a lot of people to fuck with it. And not to mention it's harder to mess with and get stolen versus PC. Yeah, your shit'll look better if you pay a stupid high price and a fuck ton of money.
mm-hmm.
But, consistency is also good.
True. But hey, with PC games, a lot easier to mod. There's pros and cons on both sides, really.
Yeah, it's just the video gamers have less cons. And, well, PC creators literally have to deal with con artists. It's ironic, isn't it? Or something, I'm not sure. Anyways, so basically, fucking I think we are pretty much in agreement. We all want to see them do something with a secondary screen, which hopefully they know by now. Moving on to topic 3. Nintendo has revived over a dozen old IPs, most of which sold well. What do you think they should make a sequel to? Because they're obviously going to do something with a sequel. I'm going to go first. I don't know if they own it, but I think it was called Sacred Kingdom. It was Nintendo had a RPG that came out on the GameCube. It got a first game and a second game where you played a princess, and she basically had what looked almost like Yu-Gi-Oh cards before Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And when she threw them, as if you didn't already guess, a monster came out. But the monster didn't like stay out like an AI control thing. It did one action and then it left. So you had to ration this in the entire dungeon or adventure area. And it was really, really good. I think it was called Sacred Kingdom. I'm not too sure. It only got 2 games and was never heard from again. And another one obviously goes without saying. Fucking F-Zero. Quit fucking around and dragging your ass on that Nintendo. I'm actually gonna try to find the name of that game and shit. I'll get into my F-Zero shit later. Dre, you go next. What do you want to see Nintendo revive? Since apparently everything's up for grabs.
Jeez, I'm not really sure.
You've been playing games as long as me. You can think of some shit.
For Nintendo? I mean, jeez. It seems like they're already doing so well with, Mario and Zelda. And
Things that they stopped making, what do you want to see come back from the dead?
Okay. I know that once upon a time they did have
Lost Kingdom. That's what it's called. But continue.
Yeah.
Oh, Lost Kingdom.
Yeah.
Once upon a time they did have license to Ninja Gaiden.
Gaiden.
Okay, Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, Ninja Gaiden Black. What he said.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, if anything, I would think Ninja Gaiden will be, a nice comeback to, for Nintendo to bring back to life. But if not, no big deal to me.
Well, anything's possible. Nintendo's paying third-party games to make third-party games on their system.
Oh, well, in that case, Double Dragon?
At this point, anything's possible, but I
don't know why there that Double Dragon
already had a new game. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't really need a revival. It actually did get sequels. It just took a long ass time. Here's something I also thought was weird, bro. The creator of Double Dragons only worked on the first game. It's weird.
So who worked on the second one?
Different people.
Oh, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, and the company that bought that company that had the license, they even stuck Billy and Jimmy Lee in a fighting game. That was interesting.
Huh. Oh, I know another game. Shoot, Alien versus Predator, the arcade version, but kind of make it like. Oh well.
That didn't actually end up on the system.
Well, see, Capcom ain't gonna do anything with that franchise. It doesn't seem like they ain't gonna do anything with that.
Which is sad because I think James Cameron got it back. But no, here's the thing, bro. That never made it to any system. It was only in an arcade. I know. People just want it to be on a system. I really do too.
It's like
so fucking bad.
Yeah. Yes. So much as there are even, those ROMs on a computer.
We had it at ASIN last year. I fucking played it over 5 times.
Beautiful game. Let's see here. I was gonna say Castlevania, but someone is already working on that game, so There's no need to bring that back.
No, they do, because that's a fan game, not an actual game. So yeah, that's a good idea. Fucking, I want to see Castlevania come back in a proper manner. I don't hate the Hideo Kojima shit that they did for the PS3, but let's be honest, that was not true Castlevania. That was basically Prince of Persia with the vampire theme.
Didn't know that.
Ooh.
All right, officer, go ahead.
Okay. I have 4 for you. First up, motherfucking Golden Sun. We haven't gotten it. What?
No, it didn't suck. It's just I feel the same way Nintendo does about it.
Bah.
Wait, what was the name of the game?
Golden Sun. Let's see here. Next up, Custom Robo.
Oh, that's actually an interesting choice because that has some potential.
Yeah. After that, Advanced Wars.
The game that got murdered by Fire Emblem. Good luck with that one.
I'd say they were different enough. But then again, I'm rather fond of strategy games. And
yet he hasn't played XCOM.
Yes, I have.
2?
Yes.
Did you beat it?
I could. Yes. With the best ending.
Did you get the DLC expansion back that basically makes it a brand new game?
No.
You fucked. You real fucked then. You need to go get that.
In due time, I will. And last but not least, you know what? Maybe another game for Earthbound.
Yeah, you fucked on that one. Common misconception is that Nintendo developed the game. They actually didn't.
Well.
Yeah, that one's got an interesting story to it. Studio Ghibli. The movie they made about, I believe it was the movie I think about the guy who was making planes doing WW2 for Japan, or either the movie about a family vacation.
The Wind Rises.
Or the one about the family vacation. Okay, so basically, the father in one of those movies is actually the guy that headed development. He had money already. Nintendo wasn't comfortable with making what he wanted to make, so they taught him how to set up a studio and make his own shit. And since he still wanted it to be released on Nintendo consoles, he asked them to publish it, and they said okay. It's very, very weird.
Huh.
Yeah, it's very unique story.
But yeah, that's all my say on it. I know I'm probably barking up the wrong tree for Golden Sun, but hey.
Okay, so back on my shit. Yeah, it was called Lost Kingdom 1 and 2. And it was exactly what I said. You go somewhere and you try to beat enemies in puzzles by taking a limited amount of cards into a stage and using the actions on those cards to fuck bitches up. And you can also get enemies. So it's like Mega Man, fighting bosses in Mega Man. But then you can immediately use those bosses to help you in the stages, not just in the next boss fight. In RPG format. And I fucking loved it. And here's the weird thing people don't even remember. You know who made it? From Software.
Yup.
From motherfucking Software. Now, I know that name sounds cliche, generic, blah, 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 blah. But From Software has made titles like goddamn Dark Souls, Armored Core.
Yup.
Hold on a second. Okay, sorry. Some noise outside. But yeah, fucking some of their games have gone on to become part of the video games best video games of all time list. In fact, Polygon, think of them how you will. They had a 500 best video games of all time, and I'm pretty sure From Software got featured on there, I think 3 times. Let's see,
Not
Lost Kingdom
surprised.
didn't suck, but the thing about Lost Kingdom is that there was really not a fan base out there. Like it wasn't like it was, so it ended up being kind of like Tenchu. It was one of those things that is probably never gonna leave its generation where it was born, and if it does, it'll probably do it one time. Tenchu barely got on the PS2. Barely got on the PS2. Lost Kingdom had one game, and then it had a sequel, but they just said fuck it for whatever reason.
And both games were on arguably the weakest of the consoles of that generation.
No,
The GameCube.
no, GameCube was the strongest. The generation
Yeah,
it launched
GameCube
in,
was
it was
pretty
stronger than the PlayStation 2 by almost double, and it was stronger than the fucking Dreamcast when it came out. And you gotta remember the Xbox came out later, and even when the Xbox came out, as you know, it was constantly in third place.
I say that more so in terms of how successful the console was.
Yeah, you say that because we fucking stomped you the minute it came out your mouth. Anyways,
No, that's
no
what I
one
meant
was
when I
going.
said it.
Yeah, well then your statement was very inaccurate. Use better adjectives. Anyways, basically, the biggest thing about it was that no one predicted the swell of the PS2. No one saw that coming, not even Sony. So, all bullshit aside, you could be the strongest console and you could still have the weakest performance. And that was the case with the regular Xbox. Strongest console, weakest performance. Anyways, oh, and also, if y'all can remember it, it has a chance, but Sega has to get its head out of its ass. Skies of Arcadia 2.
No, it's never gonna fucking happen.
Thank you for being a dick. They basically decided that, you know what? Let's take the guy that made that shit and have him make a new game. Valkyria Chronicles. He even put those characters in the first game. The main characters from Skies of Arcadia. Vice, Ayaka, and little white girl.
Fina.
Yeah, that little white girl. But anyways, yeah, dude, like, this is exactly what happened. The dumbass in charge at the time at Sega said, hey, all you guys at Overworks making these really good games and making us look good and get money, come back into the company. Fuck your studio. Oh, you still want to make this game that you had already started on? It was going to be for the Wii and you already had plans drafted? That's nice. We'll get to it when we get to it. 10 years later. Not a damn thing. Except tears.
Yep.
Sadness. And
so much potential.
And Googling Skies of Arcadia costume and Skies of Arcadia cosplay. Also, for some reason, a lot of them are in Illinois. I don't know how that happened. Anyways. Yeah. Yeah, so before I have a small heart attack, yeah, that's my list. But, you know, hey, everybody has something good. They really did. That being said, topic 3. Nintendo has revived over sorry.
Sure.
Yeah.
That is a lot of topics.
Right there. Yeah. Well, the one thing I wanted to talk about, you know, I don't know if y'all heard, but loot box is getting fucked. Like, they getting straight fucked. They already got like 2 countries that have flat out banned them, and they gave the game companies a hard deadline. I think it was Sweden or Deutschland gave them a hard deadline on removing loot boxes or readjusting their games to have no loot boxes in them. And the rest of the EU may follow suit. And even if they don't win or if they keep winning in America, individual states can fucking still say, no, get that shit out of here. Which is weird. I didn't know you could do that. So I don't know how it's gonna play out, but for the record, yeah, it's in a decline. It's in a massive decline, and that's not even a bad thing. Whoa, just heard myself echo. Yeah. And another thing was, dude, I think Nintendo needs to put a leash on Fire Emblem. I really do. Dude.
Oh.
I went through and I just looked at the characters and whatnot for Fire Emblem Heroes because, I play it. I'm not going to lie. The whole game pretty much runs on microtransactions to get profit, but that's not a bad thing, but it didn't have to be that way. They could have just made expansions or DLC for the game. But they chose the microtransaction route. And also, kind of sort of like slot machines, which is what got everybody else in trouble. You have no control of what characters you're going to be able to pull or summon out of the game. And to top it off,
yeah.
And to top it off, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 unit types. But you can go into a summon pool, and the game doesn't let you get to select somebody from all 5 summon types. It'll fucking just sit there and let you pick whatever they randomly generate. So it'll go blue, red, green, and there's 3 different types of units in gray. So there's 6. But the pool only lets you pull 5 types of units at a time. So instead of having 3 gray slots and 3 colored slots, you're gonna have 5 slots, and it could be like 3 blues, and then the rest will be green. Shit like that. You might not even have a full color wheel. Which means that getting any rare, let alone the one you want to, the chances of it, even with money, is something like in the middle thousands, middle tier thousands. But also, the characters they're releasing aren't even actual game characters with strong stats. They're trying to sell you a lot of the times on characters having an alternate version or limited edition version of themselves that are stronger than the base characters that you can normally get in the game. They have Easter characters that are really just spring characters. And these Easter characters, they made 4 in the first year, and they made another 4 this year. These characters are all characters that are already in the game. All these characters are characters that are in the game. But these versions have skills that are so strong. And here's the thing. On top of those skills being strong, they're the only ones with them. So far. And these characters don't have a level 1 ranking. They only come in rare format, which is 5-star. This shit is getting out of hand. The game has grossed over $300 million. I get it. Yeah, Matt, we know you're back. You rebooted. Oh, I'm roboting. Okay, hold on. Now, can you hear me, Matt?
Yeah.
Okay. This game is goes over $380 million. It's supposed to be a game that collects all the Fire Emblem characters. And they never even finished putting all the characters in before they started making alternate versions of the characters. Not to mention, some of the characters don't even come outside of 5-star. So to fix the problem, they're making 4-star versions of some of these characters. But that doesn't fix the problem. That doesn't fix the problem.
No, it really doesn't.
It's very easy to fix Fire Emblem. Look, make a story mode or make story episodes, charge $5 for them. Give people maybe 2 or 3 characters for completing story mode on a certain difficulty. And then on top of that, allow people to make select shit from a summon pool that's 1 color for whatever summon event you have.
Yep, I really don't think I'm asking for much when I just say, hey game, please give me Sword Reinhardt.
Yeah, you kind of are. Because you have a 3.75% chance of getting them.
I know.
Because they won't make a 5-star version. I mean a 4-star, 3-star, 2-star, 1-star. In fact, I've never actually pulled, and I don't even think they have in the game yet, 1-star units. I've never seen them.
No, they did. It's just you only got them like in very specific little daily fight things.
No, those are 2 stars.
And they're basically worthless.
Those are 3 stars and those are 2 stars and 3 stars. No, I've never seen a 1-star.
Huh.
And then another thing is that they allow you to merge your characters and upgrade your power, in case you can't get more characters. Hey, you can at least buff up this dude. Here's what they don't even tell you. Those buffs and merging the characters to make them stronger than normal, it doesn't carry over when you upgrade the characters. I was so pissed about that. So if you had a 4-star character and you got him
they did tell you about that though.
No. They wrote it into the game. When you first got that game, it doesn't tell you that. Like the day one didn't tell you that.
Ah.
And even if they did tell you that, they should still change it.
Yeah,
every time you rank up, your character resets to level 1. It's so easy to fix, Nintendo. It's so easy. I know there's a Switch game coming for the Fire Emblem series. A Fire Emblem game coming for the Switch that isn't going to be Dynasty Warrior style. I think once I get that, I'm probably gonna buy a season pass for it, and then I'm not gonna go back to Fire Emblem Heroes, because even though they're adding new game modes, which are cool, that's not the problem. The problem is getting characters and how we get the characters, because I can't hand select what's in my pool, and then to top it off, there's unbalance in all of it. The blue and greens have the least amount of units, but when it comes to types, it's even worse. Magic users in blue and green, you can almost count on one hand. I actually looked at the pool. Without even realizing it, I've got almost every green and almost every blue magician in the game. Also, did I mention you can't pick the type for your summon pool? So here are all the variables, and Matt can quote me on this. You get 5 slots, even though there's 6 weapon types. Now, 3 of those weapon types are considered one color, which is gray. But the other colors are red, blue, green. And blue are lance users and blue mages. Green, axe users and green mages. So that's 4 right there. On top of the 3, 6, 7, 8. I'm just keeping log of this in the text. That's 8 so far. Now the deviations are red sword, red magic. Typing this as I go, people. Green axe, green magic, blue lance, blue magic. Then you have bow, which is gray. You have daggers, also gray. Oh, sweet. Pika's here.
You got staffs, also gray.
Staff, also gray. Then you also have fucking... What am I forgetting? Oh, yeah. Dragon species, or Manakete, whatever the hell Manakete means.
The Manakete.
I'm just saying dragon for now. Dragon, which comes in blue, green, red and now gray. Okay, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 types of possible summon outcomes, and the summon is only 5 slots that you can't control the colors of. There's no excuse for that anymore. Oh, well, we don't want everybody to get all the rare characters. Well, you got it set to 3% drop chance. They're not gonna.
They're a bunch of Jews.
Anyways. All right. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, here comes our final challenger. The man, the myth, the legend, who has his own game where he's a detective for $39.99 on a Nintendo 3DS. Detective Pikamitsu. What's good?
I'm going to be working 6 straight days. No time to fap. My brain in a haze. But I will toughen out all this time, and then I'll be able to think of a better rhyme.
That is somehow the whitest and blackest thing I've ever heard you say. Okay, topic 1. For the record, start reading while you can. Start reading while you can, because most of these topics you're going to answer back to back, because everyone already did theirs.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube's increased. Oh, and we finally fixed all the audio issues. We're never going to have to worry about people's volume ever again.
Yay.
Instead, we just gotta worry about robots.
And crazy things coming out of Pika's mouth. Okay, YouTube's increased alienation. Fuck you. YouTube's increased alienation of small channels. If you're not sure what that means or what's going on, it's very simple. YouTube has broadened the gap before they allow or try to do partnership and advertisement sponsorship deals through their massive affiliate network. Originally, it was something along the lines of have a minimum of 10,000 subscribers, and the exact number hasn't been listed, at least to my knowledge. You can don't quote me on this. If someone wants to look into it, go ahead. But to my knowledge, the rumor is that instead of 10,000, you now have been restricted to a minimum of 35,000. Now, this does increase the visibility of bigger shows, and it increases everyone's visibility above 35,000, period. However, why do you think they're doing this? Do you think it's because there's somebody or some tax or thing that they don't want to pay because they don't want to get more people to watch and figure out who can and can't be promoted in sponsorship? Or do you think there's some shady shit going on in general? Like, there's so many ways to answer this question.
They are making things harder for the beginners, but they're also making sure that only the good content gets through. Also, they're turning into lazy fucks. Next question.
Oh, well, right into it. All right. Topic 2. What is Nintendo making? We now have confirmation that Nintendo has went to third-party sources to outsource the creation or theoretical creation of new accessories for the Nintendo Switch. What would you make for the Nintendo Switch as an accessory?
Well, let's see here. We have cardboard. Way to go, Nintendo. Way to go. Now, as far as what to make next for the Switch, you have to think. It's a handheld that you take with you, and you can basically a 4-player in a local network. Now, when you take something portable with you, what is something that you would always want to bring with you? For example, let's say you have your phone with you, or a tablet with you, and you take it out in the public. What is 1 or 2 things that you absolutely must bring with you if you're going to be doing something that's going to be playing out a decently loud sound?
Usually
Headphones.
Exactly. Headphones. Nintendo, if they're going out to third-party sources, they could go out to people that make very good technology to put out really good sound through headphones, have them make the actual tech behind the sound, and then have Nintendo code it with, their characters, and then sell those shits. They put the right characters on that shit, it gets good reviews, word spreads around, they're in even more money. And you don't make it compact, don't make them too bulky, make them good enough so that they'll be sturdy and stable, but not so big that you'd have to get like a separate carrying case for the fuckers.
And make them collapsible. That's always making them collapsible.
But yeah, basically that, man. Just keep it simple, but keep it stylish, keep it working, you're good to go.
Interesting. Any other devices that are PG-13?
I had one until you said PG-13.
Yeah, I know. We've been there before with you. Okay, topic 3. Nintendo has revived the titles and names of over a dozen old IPs, most of which sold well. What do you think they should make a sequel to? Because they're obviously probably going to do it, and this is possibly the best chance you'll ever have.
Now, I do remember playing Nintendo way back in the day. For the love of fuck, bring back something that came from the Super Scope 6, like Metal Combat. I love the fuck out of Metal Combat. I played the fuck out of that when I had the kid. I had the big ass fucking Super Scope 6 gun. I fucking love that. I even played that with... mentioned.
Hey,
I played the...
hold on. Coleman, repeat that. You cutting out.
Second.
Hey, okay. Can y'all hear him?
That
Oh wait, it's probably just me.
was
Hold on.
also...
Hello, can y'all hear me?
Hello, can you
Okay.
hear me?
Okay,
Yes.
I had to reboot. So yeah, last I heard was I even had one of those big Super Scope guns.
Okay. Yeah, I had one of the big Super Scope 6 guns way back as a kid. I played Battle Clash, which was the first game of the series. Then I played Metal Combat, not Mortal Kombat, Metal Combat Falcon's Revenge. I loved the fuck out of that. Make a sequel to that. Make it good. Make it in depth. You have the fucking technology
And the
to
money.
make this amazing, and the money too. Fucking hell, bring it back, man. I want to see that shit. I want to play another one, man. I fucking love that game.
You should have seen what I said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
F fucking 0.
Oh yeah, moving that around with all the that'd be something. But then watch all those 78-year-olds just fucking burning and fucking blowing up before the first lap finishes.
That's kind of the point.
That would be hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very hilarious.
Anyways, anything else, or was that just it?
That was pretty much my rant on stuff. I mean, everything else I can think of playing, as a kid on the Nintendo was pretty much already had sequels made of it to some point. So, yeah.
And for the record, it looks like Wave Racer 64 might be in the lead too. I know. I mean, it wasn't a bad game, but that's how I feel about like, is there really a point in this day and age? All the games you can do shit with, that's not really the one that people will be like. It'll be the game like, oh, you made a sequel to this? Well, why didn't you make a sequel to blah 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 blah? Because and they're not even gonna have a good response. It's, no one really wants that sequel that bad of Wave Racer. It's not Skies of Arcadia 2, which we never got, even though they had already started on it.
Mm-hmm.
Nor is it Golden Sun 4.
You and this fucking Golden Sun shit. Fine, I'm gonna let you have it. You have your Golden Sun. You have your day in the sun. Let the sun shine, Matt. Let the sun shine. I'll come up with more puns later. Anyways, all right, topic 3. Oh wait, no, that was topic 3. Well, other than that, we just went on a rant about how Fire Emblem Heroes is. There's no point in them doing this level of extortion and shit, like, especially since, dude, 2 countries already gave the gaming industry deadlines to remove, what was it, casino shit? Damn, what was it called? Loot boxes. Loot box gambling. Yeah.
Well, loot box gambling to a point, though, because, like, some countries just had laws saying, hey, if you have stuff that you have to pay actual money for, you must put out percentage rates as to...
No,
like,
that's been there. I mean, they literally said, remove it from the game or that game is banned from sale in this country.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that just happened recently. Somebody, if y'all can look up which countries, but I believe it was Deutschland, and Sweden. I think those were the 2 places.
Yeah, Jim Sterling mentioned the Dutch.
Now, when they put in these rules, is it just for loot box gambling altogether, or only for loot box gambling which contains items which can actually give you an advantage over other players?
Nope, sweeping generalization. Loot box gambling is gone. Take it out the game or put it in a system that doesn't involve paying money for it. Those are their only options.
Right. I mean, to a point, because that's gonna put Overwatch in a big fat gray area.
No, it's not. It's going to get banned if they don't do it.
Because that's the thing, though. Like, their loot boxes don't have anything. Number one, it doesn't give anything that makes one person better than the other. Number two, you get a loot box, a free loot box, every time you level up. Number three, weekly, you can earn up to 3 loot boxes by winning 9 arcade matches in total, and that refreshes every week. So you can earn these loot boxes for free.
And number 4, everything you can get in loot boxes, with a very small list of exceptions, you can also just use the in-game currency that you get out of loot boxes that you don't even have to pay for, which I don't think there's even...
Hey, you cut in and out. Say that again. You think there's something you pay for? What, Matt?
No. They did work a little bit against that because they worked on their loot box system, so now you're going to be getting drops that you haven't gotten before of that certain rarity degree. It's only when you get every item type of a certain rarity, then you'll start getting duplicates of that item type of that rarity. So it's going to take a bit of time before you actually start getting dupes to get the gold, so you can buy individual items. But now there's that.
They at least made the loot boxes fair.
Mm-hmm. It's like Overwatch should be like the standard of like fair loot boxes, quote unquote.
I can tell you this right now. Overwatch is not gonna miss out on money. So they're either gonna make a $5 subscription for the game or some shit, or they're gonna do some type of system where you gotta pay X amount of money every year to play the game for 12 months, something like that. A game pass, if you will. But Overwatch ain't gonna get hurt because it's Overwatch. They're owned by a Chinese company, and even before that Chinese company came in, it was a company that had billions of dollars in capital. So whatever they come up with, they're not gonna die.
Right. I'm just wondering how Blizzard will respond to this.
Yeah, like I'm legitimately curious. Also, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all remember it, Super Troopers 2 is now in theaters. If you're not sure what it is or don't remember it, let's just say it's one of the inspirations to the TV show, the hit comedy Reno 911. You'd be doing yourself a disservice to this country and our fine boys in blue if you did not go see Super Troopers 2 in theaters now. No, they did not pay me to say that, but I wish they did because I like the cast of Super Troopers 2. Also, even though it's been 15 years, it's creepy. Some of them, almost all the motherfuckers froze in time. They look so similar to themselves from 15 years ago.
Maybe they found the same like spring of eternal youth that Patrick Stewart found.
Yes, it's called money. Matt, money. You want to make yourself look younger than you are? Get you some money. You want to lose a lot of weight? Get you some money. You want to never have to wear glasses again? You already know, second verse, same as the first. Get you some money. You want to get Pikachu to not say disturbing shit that will possibly haunt you in your dreams? Get him some money.
Actually, I think even then it won't work.
No. He likes money. He's not allergic.
Yeah, give me some money. Give me enough money. I'll zip my lip.
I don't believe you.
Okay, well, why don't you test out that theory? Give him about $100.
No.
Well, I guess you can't do nothing about his mouth then, but I'm sure he can put stuff in yours.
Oh, that's bad.
And with that being said, this has been another fine episode of Token Games Podcast. Now with all of our audio issues finally fixed. I will see you guys when I see you guys.
The dirty dick is coming, boy.
I don't know what to say there.
I need to find me some Dragon Balls now.